Hello and welcome to CricAdda Live. Paras, Bhavik, the first semi-final. Bhavik, how do you feel about this game today?
I mean, extraordinary would be an understatement. Two best teams. I mean, four best teams actually, and two of them
Yes.
fighting it out today. And New Zealand versus England, it just cannot get any better than this.
Paras, the finalists of the 2019 World Cup are playing
Yeah,
head to head. They've not played each other in these 2 years in the one day format or in the T20 format.
yeah.
So it's going to be a big game. So, what's your take on the atmosphere today? How excited are you?
Last time when these two teams met, there was a lot of drama, a lot of, books were open to do certain
A lot
analysis,
of them.
and I'm sure tonight is going to be no different. Both captains pretty much are having a poker face all the time, but the teams are going to battle it out very hard tonight.
Brilliant, brilliant. So let's have a look at the lineups. The English lineup first. Paras, just take me through the Angrez and their playing 11 today.
A very, very good, team. Very good compositions. A couple of all-rounders in the middle. A very big loss in Roy not being a part of this World Cup. But
Right.
the other batsmen, the set of batsmen that England have are excellent for this format. We are yet to see the best of David Malan. We've seen,
Right.
Moeen Ali do very well. Johnny Bairstow's looked very scratchy. Josh Butler's looked the best. Sam Billing gets a chance today. Sam Billings is a fantastic fielder, but his
Yeah.
form with the bat is kind of black or white. He gets going, he does well. Otherwise, he just gets out of one or two. Then
Right.
we have Liam Livingston who can hit those monster sixes. Chris Wokes has looked good. Jordan's looked good. Mark Wood, has been amongst the runs with the ball. So he needs to bring that
Yeah.
economy rate of his down. And Adil Rashid's looked very, very good for England as well.
Absolutely. And Bhavik, you both are wearing black. So, but first, Bhavik, just tell me about the New Zealand 11. Okay, they have not changed a lot throughout the tournament. They've stuck to their basics and the playing 11, other than this Adam Milne coming in place of Lockie Ferguson, who got injured early on. But they've stuck to their original core team. So, what's your take on the playing 11, Bhavik?
Correct. These guys are silent killers. I mean,
Very well said.
their performance won't show a 5 wicket haul from a bowler, a certain century from a batsman. But these guys stick to their plans. They execute their plans very well. If you see the last match against Afghanistan, these guys were spot on with their, sort of the technique which they used in their bowling. They were bowling short. So I'm pretty sure that they have some strategy lined up for the English batsmen
Yeah,
as well. These guys do their homework well. Again, just as I mentioned that no big names. No, I mean superstar names. I mean to a superstar stardom. But then again, they are equally effective in both the batting and bowling, both the departments.
With New Zealand, one thing I've noticed, Paras, I would like to know your opinion on this. They've
yeah.
not changed a lot. Their team 11 and just the composition that they've played,
Hmm.
they've gone with not just about this World Cup, but in general, New Zealand cricket over the years, they've not tried and tested a lot of players. If a
Yeah,
Stephen Fleming was playing and a Scotty Styris from those days, they never
yeah,
changed their core team. They stuck to that team. Whereas a team like England, India, Australia, all of them have had these three different teams for three different
yeah. True.
segments of cricket. So do you think that is something that has been an advantage of New Zealand and they know each other and how they play? Because Santner and Sodhi have been paying dividends for them for a long time now.
Yes, yes. That's a very good and a very valid point, Yash. New Zealand board is, known to back their cricketers. There used to be Daniel Vittori, who was, at the time of being the captain of New Zealand, he was also the board of selectors. So,
Oh, I didn't know
yes. So,
this.
so this is a one
Wow.
of a kind board that they have. They're very flexible. There's just one name missing here. That's Ross Taylor, who was an integral
Correct.
part of this T20 team.
True.
And now that the players that we see, are as Bhavik also mentioned, they're not superstars, but they are very effective. And when it comes to the bowling attack, they always come out with a plan. I am sure they're going to go after Josh Butler from ball one today. And talking about Ish Sodhi and Santner is he's got a dead eye. He's damn
Yes.
accurate. He does not do anything that's out of the box, but just that left arm slow
Brilliant.
turners and the arm ball. But Ish Sodhi, the moment the ball leaves his hand, there's a wicket. Either it's an
Yeah.
LBW, either it's a drag on, either it's a it's a miscue. So their bowling lineup is very beautifully balanced. It's the batting which looks a bit scratchy on paper, but in the other way around scenario, when they actually take the field, they looked very effective, and they tend to not lose wickets.
Brilliant. And it's a brilliant side. New Zealand, England are the world champions in the white ball format,
50 over,
so
yeah.
a lot is expected of them. Now this fixture has itself been a revelation because it was the first time ever it went down to the wire. So we know, three
Correct.
of us here in the panel, that how neck and neck this competition can get. And speaking of the predictions, first let's move to the prediction time, and let's see
Yeah.
what predictions we have to make. Starting with me, I will go with mm, David Milan to score a 50. God bless you, Paras. Uh, okay,
God bless.
moving on. So, David
Yeah.
Milan to score a 50. No, I think that you coughed. You wanted me to change the answer. What? You're
No, no,
coughing
no.
so hard
I was just
because
trying to
I.
jinx you.
And
No, no.
you, I mean,
Yes,
do you expect
yes,
Yash to, sort of have non-basic predictions because, David Malan totally out of form. And if
yes,
this was
yes.
a yes, if this was a yes, then okay, I would have, gone with it. But then
Okay.
again, it's Yash for you.
So David Milan not to score a 50,
Yeah.
purely because he's going to be opening the innings. I feel that probably today could be a day where he could open the innings as well. You don't have a
Correct.
Roy, so the first time they'll be playing without a Jason Roy. So let's see what
Yeah.
the opening partnership would be. And I really feel that New Zealand, I'm backing New Zealand today. I'm just saying it well in advance. So my predictions are going to be that based. Moving on to the second one, bowler for best bowler for New Zealand, I would go for Trent Bolt, New Zealand's top bowler, because why not? I mean, if Sodis and Sanders are there, but Trent Bolt, I'm sure Bhavik and Paras all would agree that he is
Yeah.
the main player in the bowling
Both
department at
lethal
least.
with new ball and in the death. So definitely no
True,
brainer.
true. So now going for the final prediction, sixes to be hit on this ground. It's a small ground. Less than eight sixes I would go for, even though the English batting lineup believes in the long hits with the Morgans, Butlers, and everyone. But I'm taking a bold prediction purely because I'm supporting New Zealand today, and I'm just repeating it once again that I want them to go through and have an ICC trophy under their belt. So
Wow.
Paras, over to you.
Thank you, Yash. So the main batter for tonight for England will be Johnny Besto. I think he's going to do well, but he's not going to score more than 30 runs. He's the best batsman against spin bowling, but hasn't looked the part since the World Cup has started. Coming on to the second prediction is England's score after 10 overs. I think they'll be over 80 runs because that's the
Right,
minimum benchmark that they'll be aiming 160 runs as an overall target against this attack. Coming to the third prediction is England's opening stand range. I think that the first wicket is going to fall post 30 runs on board. I think they'll do that very, very well with the opening batsman that they have. And the reason for having such a small slot in the opening range is a new opener tonight.
right. Well said.
Over to you, Bhavik.
Well, considering openers, I have one of the openers as my best batsman for England, and that's Joss Butler. But I
Brilliant.
really, want to fancy, Johnny Best to open the innings today. I mean, we have seen Joss and Johnny Best, or maybe Alex Hales sometimes. Of course, he's not into the squad, of course, with all the reasons that are there in the past. But Johnny Bairstow opening the innings is altogether a different player, if we find him in the middle order. But yes, Joss Butler in form, backing him to be as my sort of top batter. My second prediction here would be England's first dismissal would be caught. You know, I can fancy a Trent Bolt LBW, but then again, I really feel they just might see him off, and Tim Southee might get an outside edge of an outswinger. So yeah, caught would be my first mode of dismissal for England's wicket. And my third prediction here is England's score would be over 50 after the power play
Yeah.
because I'm sure seeing out Trent Bolt might do well and play dividends for both Josh Butler and if Bairstow is opening with him. So yes, these are my predictions.
Brilliant, brilliant predictions have been made by us. Now, asking an important question to you guys, both of y'all, Paras, Bhavik, what do you think of this game? Who do you think is going to come out victorious? Firstly, because everything is at stake. Winner goes through to the finals. So,
Correct.
Bhavik, I'll start off with you first. Do you think that New Zealand has what it takes to beat the mighty English? Because you said New Zealand doesn't have those big names, but they have the effective players in the particular departments. like a good set of
Correct.
spinners, good fast bowlers, good all rounders. Everything is right there. But do you think that they have the belief in them that they can beat this English side, which is full of superstars?
Well, exactly. This is, I mean, the word that you use, belief. This is exactly what they are carrying with them. If you even look at the 2019 World Cup, it was the belief that sort of what took them through to the finals. I mean, would you have sort of fancied New Zealand in a World Cup final in 2019,
Not
looking
to
at
my
the form?
knowledge. No.
So then again, they are here back again into the semi-finals. They had a belief to beat India, and they did it quite comprehensively. And
Yes, they did.
sort of then again, it's just that they are here, and of course, with all the departments tick marked, I mean, I do not see someone just pushing them onto the wall.
Paras, do you concur or do you have another prediction in your mind?
No, I'll definitely go with New Zealand. Even in the history of when these two teams have met, New Zealand's always defeated England in the white ball cricket, irrespective of where they're playing. And
Hmm.
these English conditions are quite homely to them. When the ball, I'm talking about these conditions because the conditions here are neutral. But
Correct.
New
Right.
Zealand defeated England in England. They've defeated them when they were in New Zealand. And when it comes to these sort of pitches, New Zealand have better spinners. And as a
True.
fielding side, also, I'll tend to hold them, 1 point above New Zealand, England. They are a very compact unit. They are a very well gelled unit, and I think they are going to surpass and defeat England tonight, and especially take the revenge for that defeat, which you can't even count as a defeat because it was a draw and a tied match all the way in the World Cup final. So yeah, New Zealand it
Yeah.
is for me. Yeah.
So probably we could see a revenge taken on the umpire as well. Kumar Dharmasena standing out there today. Probably a flick shot
Predicted.
by Gaptil hitting Kumar Dharmasena and going for four and him giving a six, like this that he did. So it's something to watch out for today. It's the same
Yeah.
umpires, a pair of umpires that were on field when they played the finals. I just got
Oh,
that news. So yeah, so
Yeah.
that's a surprising bit. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be all amazing here because New Zealand have won the toss, elected to bowl first, like we spoke
Yeah.
about it. So it's going to be a cracker of a game. Live action coming
important
up. And
toss.
before we go, important toss, Bhavik, yes, well put out. But before we go, guys, we are on social media to all our viewers. Faraz, Bhavik, if you all could just do this. We are on
Yeah.
Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So please follow us. Play the Sports Adda Fantasy. There are still a couple of games left tomorrow and the Sunday final. So you all can win exciting prizes and merchandises signed by Brett Lee. And thank you to all of viewers who joined us today. Paras, Bhavik, it was fun having you all. And hopefully a New Zealand win. It's a full house here on our panel at least that it's going to be New Zealand. And Bhavik has very well predicted. I'm sorry, Paras in the last game itself that it's going to be the Black Caps winning the trophy. So let's just hope that it's a great game today. Live action coming up. This was CricAdda Live. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Yash.
Thank you.